Good evening. Good evening. My name is Alita Wilson, and oh gosh, we've got gale force winds, but no rain. That's all good. So batten down your hatches, settle in. No, don't sail away. Stay put. Welcome to our first Music by the River concert series of the season. Pentangle has presented these concerts, these free concert series, formerly known as Brown Bag, for 47 years. I'd like a little woohoo for Pentangle.
Oh, chair's down.
Chair down. Okay. This is challenging. Before we get started, please join me in thanking the folks from the North Chapel and the Worthy Kitchen for partnering with us for this series. I encourage you all to buy pizza, beer, wine, lemonade, and the other various treats that the Worthy is providing. With a wonderful location, terrific food, and great music, we think it's a perfect way to start the weekend, especially after the deluge. The series runs every Friday from now to August 23rd, except for July 5th, when you can join us at Suicide 6 for the VSO's Summer Festival Tour. Also, in the event of rain, the concerts will be moved to our venue, the nearby Town Hall Theater. We will do our best to keep them outside, but of course, we have a wonderful place to go if Mother Nature does not cooperate. Lastly, in years past, we encourage folks to bring donations to the Woodstock Community Food Shelf every Friday. We will make sure that your donation of non-perishable foods will get to the food shelf in a timely manner. Tonight, we are actually, before I do this, we are going to welcome a group that is near and dear to our hearts, right behind me. But before that, I'd like to welcome the minister of the North Chapel, Leon Dunkley.
Hello, everyone. It's good to see you. I'm so happy to have you here. So happy that we're all together. I'm really happy about the coordination, this new effort between Pentangle and Worthy Kitchen and North Chapel, and I'm looking forward to a really beautiful summer. I'm so happy to see you here. I'm not going to get in the way. I want to hear these wonderful musicians out of Burlington. Would you all help me welcome Pete's Posse?
Thank you. We are indeed Pete's Posse. It's wonderful to be here with you this evening to enjoy a little bit of the fine weather and some good food. I hope they save us some. We've got we kind of started as a contra dance band. Do we have some contra dancers in the crowd? Couple, maybe, yeah. Okay, not too many. Well, anyway, we do love to play for contra dances, and we love to play contra dance tunes. So we're gonna start you off with a set of exactly that. This is a set that we put together quite a long time ago, towards the beginning of what was to become Pete's Posse, and yeah, played it for you. This ends with a tune that Pete and I co-wrote together for a couple of young fiddlers from the Boston area called the Boston Crew.
We're going to check our tuning here for a second. We hope you don't mind. If you heard us playing really out of tune, you know you wouldn't mind at all.
We had a fun little intimate gig last night at Feast and Field Market, and through the rain we played with a little group of folks up there. But of course, with all the humidity came some serious tuning issues. You can imagine humidity and instruments and very sticky fingers don't mix very well together. So we're glad to have a little bit more neutral weather today.
Hallelujah. Go for it. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you.
I can already tell this is going to be one of the funnest gigs we've ever done in Woodstock. How many times have we played in Woodstock? My dudes.
I think 2 or 3 times.
2 or 3.
Over the last
But-
6 years.
Yeah. They've all been good. We recall a fun brown bag kind of thing we did out on the green a couple of years ago. Maybe you were there. So we're going to do you a gospel tune. We kind of mix up all of our styles here and into Posse music, and this is it's an old spiritual from the 19th century, a couple of centuries ago. At this point, I was just barely alive then. So happy to bring some of the folklore from that time to these young lads here.
Man, you've experienced some things, haven't you?
I've been around. Yeah. And so this is called The Angel Gabriel, one of my favorite spirituals that I've ever heard in my long life. And it's got just a beautiful vision of heaven, kind of thing that you kind of want in a heaven, really.
So true.
Yeah.
Got a note for me?
Oh, my soul, I'm bound for to rest in the arms of the angel Gabriel. And I'll climb up the hill and I'll look to the west, cross over Jordan to the Lamb.
I'm gonna sit me down in my old armchair, people. I will never retire. Satan will see that I will take my ease as I warm myself at the holy fire. And I'll shout and I'll dance and I'll rise up early in the morning. I will rise, rub my sleepy eyes when old Gabriel come blowing on his horn.
Oh,
My soul, I'm bound for rest. Rest just as sure as you're born. Gonna sit like a blackbird sitting on its nest. When old Gabriel come blowing on his horn.
I'm gonna throw my clothes up on the shore. New garments I will have to wear.
and I'll
Have brand new shoes, never get the blues. And the angels will come and curl my hair. And I'll shout and I'll dance and I'll rise up early in the morning. I will rise, rub my sleepy eyes when old Gabriel come blowing on his horn. Oh, my soul, I'm bound for leave. Pack up my glad rags and go. People, hearken, never will you grieve. I'm moving up to glory mighty slow. I'm gonna eat my meals
3 times a day.
You bet your life
I won't be late. Gonna have lots of fun when your people come. 'Cause I'm gonna take your tickets at the gate. And I'll shout and I'll dance and I'll rise up early in the morning. I will rise, rub my sleepy eyes when old Gabriel come blowing on his horn. Yeah, people, I will shout and I'll dance. Yeah, and I'll rise up early in the morning. I will rise, rub my sleepy eyes when old Gabriel come blowing on his horn.
Thank you so much. Gonna do an old folkloric song here. This is one that's housed in the collection at Middlebury College, the Helen Hartness Flanders collection, a ballad collection of about a couple thousand songs or so that Helen Hartness Flanders went around in the very early 20th century recording all these then old-timers all singing these songs all over the place. And so we have this wealth of folk songs at Middlebury College. And so this is one of those little treats, one of those treasures. It's an old song. It's called Skew Ball, and it's based on an Irish version of that.
It is. It is. This is the old Irish grandparent version of what became a kind of a well-known folk song back in the day, which some of you may remember if you were old folkies back in the day. Old Stewball was a racehorse, and I wish he were mine. He never drank water. He always drank wine. This is kind of an alcohol-free version here, except at the end, when they win the race. And this horse's name is not Stewball, but Skewball.
This version is a little skewed.
It's a little skewed. Perhaps it's the Gaelic spelling. We don't know. We just don't know. This is one of those little big bands. There's many more instruments than people up here. I'd like
That's a
to
good
keep
word
people
for it.
guessing.
It's true. We have quite the family up here.
And I'm going to answer one of the most endearing questions ever asked at Posse events, and that is what the heck is this? It's called a melodica or a melodeon, depending on the brand. Okay, and there you have it.
Yep.
That's a short version of the answer.
Yeah, it's a very American instrument.
It is.
It's made in China.
That's correct.
And it's made of plastic, of course.
Plastic.
And well, eventually, the moisture that gets inside these things makes them go out of tune, and they're quite difficult to tune. So when they get out of tune, you throw it away and you buy a new one.
Buy a new one. That's why it's a thoroughly American instrument. Plastic, made in China. Throw it away soon. But not this one. This is my baby here.
All right.
Okay.
Skew Ball. Here we go.
Oh, ye gallants and nobles, I pray listen all while I sing the praises of noble Skewball, who has lately come over, as you may understand, by the great autumn arrow, the pride of the land. Oh, the day was appointed, and the cattle brought out all the gentlemen, the ladies from east, north, and south. And if you had seen them, as they did declare, they would lay down their purses all on the gray mare. Now the trumpet did sound, and away they did fly. Skewball, like an arrow, but the gray mare passed by. And if you had seen them as they did go round, you would swear in your heart that they'd ne'er touch the ground. And it's when they did come to the middle of the course, Skewball and his rider began to discourse. Says Skewball to his rider, come tell me, I pray, how far is Miss Gristle this moment away? Now, Skewball, you do run in a wonderful style. Miss Gristle's behind you, an English half mile. And if you do run as you've never run before, neither Windrow nor Tiger could ever do more. Oh, then Skewball turned around and he instantly said, bet on my bold master's boys, be not afraid. 1,000 guineas to you I'll behold. I will cover your castles with bright bars of gold. did it come to the winning post. Skewball and his rider drank bumper and toast, and they drank to Miss Gristle, that famous great man, who has emptied their pockets on the plains of Kildare.
Thank you so much.
Well, now we're going to switch gears here a little bit, and we're going to play some old-time music for you. You all ready for some old-time music? Woo! That's right. That's the right response, too. And if you feel like having a square dance, there's actually room down front here if you want to get up and shake a leg. Actually, there's a lot of room all over the place, so feel free.
Yep. Grass only second to wood chips to dance in.
Last night there was lots of wood chips. Chips were flying, that's right. And we actually, with us as always, we have the Inevitable Band Store. Over at the sound table, you can see Kaylee, our sound tech, right there. He's pointing at it.
That's Kaylee Cronick back there.
Kaylee
doing
Cronick on the
for us.
sound, ladies and gentlemen.
Best in the business. Lucky to have him.
And so we have, with the band store there, we have an album that we made last year. Because we have quite the variety show, we decided to make one album. And it's all straight up old time music. And so if you like this next set, that album might be just for you. And that's called Fruit Fly Blues. And so here's a bunch of old time tunes for you. Nice little selection.
That's right.
What are they? There's the first one is.
Oh, they all have names, but who cares? Actually, I know. The first one is called Get Off the Stove, Grandma. You're too old to ride the range.
Really? It's a hell of a long title. I forgot about that one. Wow. I don't want to know what the second tune's
How
called.
can you
man.
forget that?
Okay.
I think so.
Good enough for old time.
Close enough for old-time music. Come on.
All right, fire in the
Alright.
hole. Here we go.
Fire in the hole.
Sour off.
Right.
Oh.
Thank you very much.
That was Pete Sutherland and Oliver Scanlon there, tearing it up on the fiddles. Tapping a 10. What are we doing next? We're going to take it down a little bit. Do a song that Pete wrote called Be the Light. Always a good message. It's a lovely message. And this one has actually been covered by some choral groups, like Village Harmony and some other groups up north too. We put it over the top of this old Scottish pipe tune called Haymakers. It worked out really well. And we start off with a tune that I wrote called Prospect Street. And the short version of the story of why it's called Prospect Street is that I wrote it near a street. And that street was called Prospect Street. So that's the short version.
Yep,
You
he
might not want
also
to hear the long
has
version.
he has a novella about this.
That's a
If
great
you'd like to
story.
hear more, please talk to him.
Have you considered going on the Moth? I think you'd kill it.
I
with
tear
that
it up
story.
there. I tear it up, yeah. All right. After you.
Good to go. Check your tuning feed.
Well, one thing that's true is that we tune because we care.
That's better.
Okay. All right. You need to turn on, buddy.
I think I am.
No, I can't hear you.
Yes? He says yes.
That's that song.
Ah, there you go.
Ah, there we go.
Now you can hear the banjo even if you don't want to.
No comment.
Be the light unreflected, the world unseen, the force undetected, the space between. Be the tale unwritten, the seed unsown. Be the clay unsculpted, the shape within the stone. Be the heart unworried, the eye unblind. Be the pace unhurried, the peace to find. Be the wide-eyed prophet, the wild idea. Be the voice beyond reason, the reason all can hear. Be the vow sword undrawn, the oath unbroken, the break of dawn. Be the thirst undiminished, the sacred ground. Be the quest unfinished, the grail that's never found. Be the light.
Thank you. Now for something completely different. We're gonna do a brand new song for you. Yeah, are you gonna move your mic or you? Woo. Okay, we can do that. You give the intro, Pete.
Alrighty, the boys are going to do a little choreography here. And this song here was born this spring out of being gifted with a 8 CD box set of the Stanley Brothers. Anybody, any old bluegrass fans out there? Stanley Brothers were one of the real seminal groups that took the old-time mountain music of all kinds, both the tunes and the old gospel songs and the love songs and the going to heaven songs, all of that, and charged it up just a little bit in the way that a lot of other folks like Bill Monroe and Flatt and Scruggs were doing, and created what we now call bluegrass. There's your pocket history lesson for that. But so I was listening to this one song that Carter Stanley was singing about some flooding that happened somewhere in Kentucky back in the day. I think it was in the 50s. And it just occurred to me that that perhaps an upgrade would go over well. So we know how it is. The news happens fast and furious these days, and we kind of lose track of what happened last week. So this is just attempted to be a screen capture of a moment back in February or March where there was flooding pretty much everywhere. And we heard a lot about the flooding in the American Midwest and not so much about the equally devastating flooding happening in the Middle East and Africa, quite a few parts of Africa. So this is called The Floods of 2019. It's too loud. Yes, it's way louder. Yeah.
Come listen, good people, come awake from your dreams and hear a sad story of 2019 about the floods and destruction coming down with the rains. Mozambique to Zimbabwe to Nebraska's high plains. How the rivers grew wider than ever before, ran down every street and across every door. From cyclone to ice jam to levees torn wide, there ain't no place on earth where a body can hide. strong hearts did break, many cried with alarm. All their lives and their savings bound up in their farm. Their equipment and livestock and topsoil most gone. Nothing left for replanting and spring coming on. Now these times are so hard, these days we must live. Every week a new crisis, only so much to give. But do what you're able, swear an oath on your blood, or despair overtake you with the force of a flood.
Thank you so much.
Oh, we're going to change it up again. We like to throw in a funny piece every once in a while because we enjoy both writing parodies and performing hilarities, and it's always a nice little spice to have some laugh in life. Back to G again?
Is that all right? Yeah.
Sure, that's fine, yeah.
We can do whatever.
And speaking of things we've done, we did an album a couple years ago, a little short album, an EP, and all of comedy numbers, parodies and other hilarities. And so this is one off there. It's a parody of a song that I think many of you will know very well, and you'll be able to catch on and sing along on the chorus. Most certainly.
I imagine.
So we call this one Vegan Meal.
Heading down the road to my girlfriend's place, heading down the road with a smile on my face. The thought of a home-cooked meal, it's always a winner. Well, I climb the steps and I ring the bell, walk right in, but there's a funny smell. Oh my God, is that what we're having for dinner? Because you mock me, mama, with your vegan meal. You mock me, mama, with a meatless deal. Hey, mama, you mock me. Mock me, mama, with your bitter greens. Mock me, mama, with your uncooked beans. Hey, Mama, you mock me. Hey, Mama. I was raised on a farm in New England, raising sheep and hogs and feeding chickens by hand. Times were tough, there weren't no place for slackers. Yeah, them North Country winters, you could see your breath. You had to put on weight to keep from freezing to death. You'd never survive on a plate of brown rice cracker. No, sir. You mock me, Mama, with your vegan meal. Mock me, Mama, with a meatless deal. Hey, Mama, you mock me. Mock me, Mama, with your bitter greens. Mock me, Mama, with your uncooked beans. Hey, Mama, you mock me. Ah, come on now, play that fiddle, Sonny. Take me back to the land of milk and eggs, where the main dish grows on at least 2 legs. Folks ain't walking around all pale and pasty. I wanna sink my jaws in a hunk of fat, and if I die of a heart attack, at least my very last bite was mighty tasty. So don't mock me, Mama, with your bitter meal. Mock me, Mama, with your meatless deal. Hey, Mama, you mock me. Mock me, Mama, with your bitter greens. Mock me, Mama, with your uncooked beans. Hey, Mama, you mock me.
Lovely singing along there. Well, we're going to do one more number and take a wee break.
Yes, indeed.
Give you a chance to stretch. And back at the sound table there, as mentioned before, we have some of our inevitable merchandise. And we have a heavily loaded van for this little trip because we brought not only our sound man and all of our sound gear, but every single instrument that we own. And CDs, and they don't weigh much, one by one, but we have a lot of them, and you can do something for your country and improve our gas mileage by taking home a couple in your vehicle or in your backpack, on your bike, however you got here. Stroller, baby stroller. Anyway, we have a lot back there. We also are almost unavoidable on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and some other things that you've never even heard of and don't care about. But we're on, if whatever they are, we're on them. And we also have a website, which is very up to date. And we also have an old-fashioned mailing list because
Indeed.
the passenger pigeon retired. And
They're
so
too messy to
back
take care of.
pencil
We
and
had to
paper
set them
again.
free.
But we really don't want to clog up your inbox, so we promise 1 email per month about where we will be in the next 4 months. So if you'd like to see us again or have your friends see us, we always love seeing people's friends, then do sign up for that or check us out on the interwebs.
Yes, the interwebs.
The interwebs. I want to make a quick disclaimer about that previous song. We, in fact, don't have any problem with vegans. Just wanted to make sure everybody knows that.
Yeah.
You know, we hope that people can take a joke.
In fact, our engineer at the session where we recorded that was a vegan, raised in a vegan household. And in the middle of the session, his mom came out with a lovely platter of vegan treats for us, like right in the middle of recording that song.
It was really
How
beautifully.
cool is that?
Beautifully poetic. Really beautiful.
Well, we've got some Quebecois
Ho!
tunes for you.
Tunes
Yep.
from Quebec.
Not that far away.
No. Wait.
I'm sure there are some Quebecois bands that have been down here. If you happen to have an eye out for them. And we love to play a few Quebecois tunes and give it a shot here.
Yeah.
This
Et
last
mélange.
tune is one of the best Quebecois tunes out there. It's called Le Forgeron,
Oh, wait.
the blacksmith's reel.
Petit mélange de musique.
So
Quebecois.
moments before we began to play, we had a little consultation here. We decided that it looked like such a friendly crowd that our second set would be composed of an entirely different playlist than the first one. We don't always provide that service,
It's special. It's very special.
but nothing but the best for Woodstock. So please stick around.
Okay.
Okay.
Ah oui, mes amis, c'est à vous.
C'est à nous.
C'est mieux.
Okay.
Okay, it's us.
Yeah, and his feet.
Je pense que oui.
I know, I'm ready.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Pete Sutherland on the fiddle. Tristan Henderson on guitar.
And that's Olivier Scanlon on the fiddle.
Hey!
Merci beaucoup, and we will see you right now. Have a nice break. Just short break. Short break.
Let's do a chorus.
Let's do a chorus. Yeah. All right. 3, 4.
Heal your hoe, boys, let her go, boys. Heave her head round into the weather. Heal your hoe, boys, let her go, boys. Sailing homeward to Mangalay.
What care we for how wide the inches? What care we, boys, for wind or weather? Here around, boys, every inch is sailing homeward to Mangalay. Hear your hoe, boys, let her go, boys. Heave her head round into the weather. Hear your hoe, boys, let her go, boys. Sailing homeward to Mangalay. Wives are waiting by the quayside. Eyes are waiting since break of day. Oh, heave it around, boys, and we'll anchor, hailing homeward to Mangalay. Hear your hoe, boys, let her go, boys. Heave her head round into the weather. Hear your hoe, boys, let her go, boys. Sailing homeward to Mangalay. When the wind is wild and shouting, and the waves mount ever higher, anxious eyes look ever seaward to see us home, boys, to Mangalay. Hear your hoe, boys, let her go, boys. heave her head round into the weather. Hear ye ho, boys, let her go, boys, sailing homeward to Mingalay, sailing homeward to Mingalay. Thank you. Welcome to the second half. Here we go. That was a great old sea shanty, Mingalay boat song from Scotland. A lovely one. Now we're going to play some old-time tunes for you. These tunes come from the plane of the great Cherokee fiddler, old-time fiddler from North Carolina named Manco Sneed. If ever there was a name for a fiddler, it was Manco Sneed. So these are from North Carolina. Nice little menagerie.
So the first tune is actually, the intro tune is actually Railroad Through the Rockies, which is a Western sounding title for a Kentucky tune with Irish origins. That's American music right there.
Oh!
that was fun. All right, now we're going to do a song that I wrote. I wrote this song, or the inspiration for this song happened probably about 5 years ago or something. Had to go to a wake over in the Northeast Kingdom, and was also staying with some friends over there the night before the wake who had just had a newborn baby. And so went over there, and in the morning, the day of the wake, woke up at their wonderful house, and there was this newborn baby born a couple days before or so. Still had that newborn baby smell and that newborn baby feel, and you get that newborn baby contact high, if you know what I mean. You hold that newborn baby, and you're just like, oh, wow, this is amazing, this new life form. It's crazy. And everyone's glowing and beaming. And then in the evening, went to the wake, and there was the end of life, and the shell, and the spirit had gone, and it was just the shell. So it was a really amazing experience to travel the circle of life in one day. And I said to myself inside, there's a song in there somewhere, and sure enough there was. And I just wrote it 4 years later, or 3 years later or so. And so this is called Two Trains. The chorus goes, life and death are two trains on a line. You catch one, you catch the other. It's just a matter of time. So feel free to sing along, too. It's pretty accessible. So all aboard, here we go. No stranger in my traveling souls have I seen. My father crossed the trestles, I was only 16. Didn't hear no whistles, but I saw his shell. Good morning, goodbye, I love you, farewell. Life and death are two trains on a line. Life and death are two trains on a line. Life and death are two trains on a line. Catch one, you catch the other, just a matter of time. Catch one, you catch the other, just a matter of time. Of an eye, one dawn of a day. Goodbye, old man, hello, sweet baby. I stood at the station as the train safe flew past. She's here for the first time, he's gone for the last. Life and death are two trains on a line. Life and death are two trains on a line. Life and death are two trains on a line. Catch one, you catch the other, just a matter of time. Catch one, you catch the other, just a matter of time. It's not your home, you're just passing through. Your treasure's laid up somewhere beyond the blue. When the station master beckons from the open door, with a whistle you'll be gone from this world evermore. Life and death are two trains on a line. Life and death are two trains on a line. Life and death are two trains on a line. Catch one, you catch the other, just a matter of time. Catch one, you catch the other, just a matter of time. Life and death are two trains on a line. Life and death are two trains on a line. Life and death are two trains on a line. One, you catch the other, just a matter of time. Life and death are two trains on a line. Life and death are two trains on a line. Life and death are trains on a line. It's one you can see, other just a matter of time. Life and death are two trains on a line. Life and death are two trains on a line. Life and death are two trains on a line. It's one you can see, other just a matter of time.
Catch
One you catch the other, just a matter of time.
Hey!
Kristen Henderson right there. A local boy, by the way, if that was not mentioned before. I'm sure it was, but we
Yep,
were
grew
tired
up
of
in
mentioning it.
Pomfret, Vermont.
From Pomfret,
Pomfret.
Vermont.
Woo! Represent. There we go.
Actually, Pomfret was, as a fun fact here, Pomfret was an old French settlement.
It was, wasn't
Back
it?
in the day, it was known as Pomfret.
Apple fry, right. If you didn't know that, and it's no surprise, because neither did I. Maybe it's because it's not true, too. But we'll leave that to you.
This is how rumors get started.
We got plenty of room for rumors.
Some random folk band from up north somewhere.
I'm proposing they change the town to just Apple Fry. I am from the town of Apple Fry, Vermont. Yep. It's code for its, quote, real name.
Well, we're going to take you on a little bit of a journey here.
We're gonna
Journey with the Posse.
Yeah, we're going to continue the train theme a little bit here. Does the train, the Vermonter, it goes pretty near here, right? Right through? Well, yeah, right. I took that train to D.C. not all that long ago. I guess it was, what, last summer, two
And you
summers
made it
ago?
to D.C.
About a year ago.
Yeah. I somehow, despite Amtrak, I managed to make it to D.C. on that train. And I, of course, had so much time on the train that I was able to write a tune. And I was going to visit my baby cousin, Francis, and the tune is called Train to Francis. But if you've ever ridden that train, you know kind of what it feels like. You know, it's just kind of slow, and sometimes it doesn't feel like you're really going anywhere. And it's probably because you're actually not going anywhere. In fact, worst case scenario, you could be going backwards. And, well, anyway, that happened a couple of times on this trip, and, you know, that just sticks in my mind every time. So we tried to build in a little bit of the going backwards into this set of tunes.
So there is a moment.
Yeah. We'll get you where you're going, though. Anyway.
It'll sound a lot like what we just played, only backwards.
And then the second tune is one that I wrote in the middle. That's it's called New York Queen. And the first tune is one that Pete wrote a while back called Mad River.
Yeah, all aboard.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Whoop, whoop. All right. Well, that was the trip. We have a couple more left for you before it's time to call it a wonderful evening, because it is. We're going to actually do a Pink Floyd song for you now. We got any Pink Floyd fans out there? Woohoo! That's right.
I recently did a seventh grade songwriting project up in Shelburne, near where we live in Burlington. We're from Burlington, Vermont, by the way, if you came in late. Pete's Posse is the group. Tristan Henderson over here from Pomfret. Mr. Oliver Scanlon, originally from Fletcher.
And that's Pete Sutherland over there, originally from
Shelburne,
Vermont.
Anyway, the seventh grade, 12-year-old, and who was their favorite band?
Pink Floyd.
You got it.
Yeah.
They'll never die.
So we have a series that we've been running on our Facebook and YouTube, and on our YouTube channel, called Posse Acapella 2019, where every 2 weeks we post a video of a piece of an acapella, of a song that we like, that we do an acapella rendering of. And this one, Oliver's a big Pink Floyd fan, and Pete and I have been off and on Pink Floyd fans. And someone, a friend of mine said, you know that On the Turning Away would be like a perfect folk song. It has an old melodies kind of sound to it. And then I dove in and I was like, well, you are completely right. And so I brought it to the band, and we spent, hours arranging at a retreat that we were on. And this is the product of many hours of work. And we're very happy to share with you On the Turning Away.
Wings of the Night.
On the turning away from the pale and downtrodden, and the words that they say which we don't understand.
Don't accept that what's happening is just a case of others suffering.
Or you'll find that you're joining in
on the turning away. It's a sin that somehow light is changing to shadow, and is casting its shroud over all we have known, unaware how the ranks have grown, driven on by a heart of stone. We could feel that we're all alone in the dream of the proud, on the wings of the night. As the daytime is stirring, and the speechless unite with a silent accord, using words you will find are strange, mesmerized as they light the flame. Feel the new wind of change on the wings of the night. No more turning away from the weak and the weary. No more turning away from the coldness inside. Just a world that we all must share. It's not enough that we stand and stare. Is it only a dream that there'll be no more turning away? No more turning away.
Thank you. Thank you, David Gilmore.
Well, we're going to finish it off with a blast of tunes.
We are. Thank you so much for coming out.
Yes,
Thanks to
thank you.
Pentangle for having us back.
Keep supporting live music.
Live
That's where it's
music.
at.
We hope that the beautiful weather here continues every Friday night. And once again, we do have not only merchandise there, but we have how to get a hold of us, how to tell your friends that we're coming to their town, because we do travel quite a bit. Sign up on our mailing list. As the man says, we don't clog your inbox. 1 email a month.
Promise.
Promise. That's a promise from us. We also particularly want to thank our pal and Tristan's in-law, Chris Henderson, for doing a whole lot of work to put this together for us. Thank you, Chris. We love you. And at the end of the summer, after many, many other gigs, we will be playing nearby at the New World Festival in Randolph. So hope to see you there.
We also want to thank our another one of our buds and a good musician himself and one of the best sound techs around, Mr. Kaylee Chronic on the sound.
Well, so we have this last blast of tunes. We call this Fine Times at Our House. And it's because the first tune in this one is a great old-time tune called Fine Times at Our House. And then we go into a bunch of other things that we kind of posse-tize up with a variety of styles. We go into a tune by a good friend of ours, David Kaner, an amazing dance caller and fiddler down Massachusetts. A tune he wrote called Nancy King. And then the second tune we go into is, it just makes everyone go cuckoo. It's called The Cuckoo's Nest that Pete's going to play. And then we go into a great Irish tune at the end. What's the name of that one? The Holly Bush. With a couple little quotes in there and some fun. So thank you so much for coming out.
Yeah.
And here's your opportunity to get up and dance and do whatever you got to do. Shake your hands. Do it all. Fine Times at Our House.
Thanks so much for being a great audience for us this evening.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much for joining us.